Hello everybody, Shadow SP here, and I am playing more Granblue Fantasy. Well, playing is a bit of a strong word. Since I'm on info, I'm actually more going to be doing something along the lines of talking about Granblue Fantasy. More specifically, talking about something that I don't think I've ever really addressed on this channel, but probably deserves its own little segment. That being this little button here, the Town button. Now, ultimately, when you click on this button, it doesn't seem to do anything. It shows an image of the town that you're in. It's mostly lore related. You get a button that shortcuts you to the shop, a button that shortcuts you to the journal. These are both, uh, easily found in the menu. There's a button up here that shortcuts you to your crew. Info is allowed to have a crew, unlike the SP account. So I have info has a crew. It's a solo crew, not a big deal. Might talk about that at some point later. And then there's these little sparkly bits. These are points of interest in the town. And if you click on one, you get an item. Most of the time, it's a relevant island mat or like soul berries or something. They're not particularly hard to get items, but they are free. And every island that you go to in the game has these points of interest. So every island in the game has a few free items here. But that's not all. So first things first, I'm going to hit refresh here. So we have officially come back here to Port Breeze. And you've got to click on these. There's a hidden item on every island. A hidden item that's basically hidden behind a passcode. Most of them are relatively short. Some of them are needlessly long, but every island has one. For example, if we click here, then here, then here, then here, see Luria comes up and shows you, you got a free draw ticket. Most of the free items are draw tickets, if I'm remembering correctly. I know the one on Zinkenstill is 50 crystals, but I mean, we're even just going to Port Breeze, we get upgraded to a draw ticket. And for what the passcode is, the game doesn't really tell you, and doesn't really give you any clues. So I'm gonna do something unheard of here on the Shadow SP channel, and we're going to consult an outside source. We're going to consult the wiki. Yeah, the GBF wiki is where I would find all this stuff. It's also where you'd find a lot of magnitudes of skills and stuff like that that are not easy to find in-game. In fact, some would say they're impossible to find in-game. But you can see right here, click on top, bottom left, bottom right, middle. We've got it all highlighted here. And we get a draw ticket. Now, something that's worth noting, I do believe that actually refreshing between having collected the Golden Sparkle version and finding the draw ticket is required. I did try this a little bit of testing on my own. That's why I didn't do this video on Zinkenstill. It's because I was testing what did and didn't work. And when I was on Zinkenstill putting in the correct code, and I hadn't refreshed, there was no reward notification. Yeah, so just be careful. Really nothing to be careful about. It's just be diligent so that you can actually get the stuff that you're trying to obtain. And this is a source of additional draws that are free if you're, because we're in the, at least while I'm recording this, we're in the season leading up toward some free rolls, and free rolls plus your stocked rolls can make for discounted sparking. We'll talk about sparking later with info. We're getting closer to the point where, the account will actually be able to do it. The question is whether I want to sacrifice my sanity and spam every single side quest and every single side story right now, just to try to scrape together the funds. That's something that I'm considering, but I don't really want to sacrifice my sanity. One other thing on this, this town screen, if you're particularly into the lore, and particularly into finding out more about the world building specifically, when you click on each of these, you get a little bit of information, right? This is Unggood Castle, it's a control tower for airships that approach the harbor. And every single one of these spots has an info blurb, something that will give you some cool lore stuff. And I do personally really like the lore here, so it's fun to look at. Well, all right. There's really no point in continuing. Made my recommendation. If you want to get some free stuff, use the wiki to input your passcodes on each island, get your free draw tickets usually. Sometimes it's crystals, or I don't remember if there's anything else of note. I don't think so, but I could be wrong. And yeah, get your free island mats. It's not worth a lot, but it may save you a couple AP. Alright then. So without any further ado, this has been Shadow SP. Oh, hold on. Let me pick up the draw ticket here, right? Boom. Had to prove it was real. But yeah, this has been Shadow SP. Signing off.